A little bit of an update on the air compressor rebuild. We called around to a couple local places and tried to have our or my electric motor worked on or exchanged or something like that. Nobody apparently had a direct crossover. Let me back up here. This is the Dayton 1 horsepower air compressor motor I'm removing because it wouldn't work. Apparently that part number Dayton doesn't make it anymore. So there was some kind of an issue where they were having trouble, with a direct crossover. So I called around to Granger and they wanted $284 plus tax for a comparable motor to the one I had. So, the cheap person in me said, well, I'm going to start looking online, go to Harbor Freight and see what I can find. Now, my old motor was rated at 3,450 RPM, and I found this Smith & Jones, which is a fairly reputable brand, 1.5 horse motor, so it is bigger, and I mean considerably heavier than my original motor. It's pretty amazing how heavy just going up half of, 1/2 horsepower can be. This one has 2 capacitors, has a run and a start capacitor, which is supposed to be a better design. I couldn't verify the bearing because my old motor was a ball bearing, and this one, I think it said something about, had some kind of an abbreviation for the bearing, 6203. I don't know what the hell that means. So anyway, this one runs at 3,600 RPMs, so I'm going to have to slightly adjust the pulley size on it so I don't over rev my actual air compressor. From what we found with the online calculators, I've got a 10-inch pulley on my compressor, a 3,600 RPM motor, so a 2.5-inch pulley on the motor should put me at 900 RPMs operating. So as far as I know, as long as I stay at 1,000 or slightly under, that's the ideal range for this style of air compressor. So I was going to try to run it a little over RPM, but I read a lot of negative information on the internet about it, so I ixnayed that idea because I'd rather just have it live and work than overheat it and run inefficiently and eventually fail. I am going to drain this lubricant out of this compressor because I don't know how long it's been sitting in there, and that stuff will collect moisture and water. But I'm going to go ahead and flush it out best I can and replace it with some Cobalt, I think, brand synthetic compressor lubricant, so it'll just lubricate better and flow a little bit easier. But anyway, I wanted to give a little update before I get everything bolted together. I went to Harbor Freight, just in case you ever find yourself without a coupon. Just do a quick search online for Harbor Freight 20, or you can do Harbor Freight 20-25% discount coupons, and you can pretty much find those anytime you want. Because I just went online and found a Retail Me Not, or whatever that website is. There's an app you can get for your phone that's for Retail Me Not, and I got 20% off. Hell, it saved me $30 off the price. This one was listed at $145.99, and I got it for $116 and some change. So anyway, let me see if I can get this thing bolted on, get it all wired up, and see how it runs. I'll do another short video to hopefully show it running properly. Keeping my fingers crossed, and I don't want to jinx myself. So anyway, doing a little shopping, trying to save a couple of dollars. I'll do an update here in a minute.